In life, success isn't just about working harder, it's about working smarter, with purpose and principles that guide your actions. Stephen R. Covey's The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People is a blueprint for personal and professional effectiveness. It doesn't promise overnight results. It shows you how to build character, develop self-mastery, and create relationships based on trust and collaboration. These habits are powerful because they don't just address what you do, they transform who you are. Whether you're trying to lead a team, improve your relationships, or simply feel more in control of your own life, these 7 habits are timeless tools to help you thrive. This video will walk you through each habit, so you can start applying them right away and experience a shift in how you show up for your work, your goals, and the people you care about. Everything begins here. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are a product of your choices. Highly effective people don't react impulsively to life. They respond intentionally. They understand that between stimulus and response, there is space. And in that space is your power. The power to choose your attitude, your words, your action. Being proactive means taking full ownership of your life. Not blaming, not waiting, not hoping. You act according to your values, not your moods. You don't say, "That's just the way I am." You say, "This is who I choose to become." It's not about controlling everything. It's about taking responsibility for what you can control. Your words, your effort, your energy. I am not a product of my circumstances. I am a product of my decisions. Covey, clarity creates power. You must live life with a clear destination in mind. Highly effective people define their success by internal compass, not external chaos. This habit is about vision, about asking, what kind of person do I want to become? What legacy do I want to leave behind? And then living each day aligned with that picture. You don't just grind. You move with direction. You don't live by default. You live by design. Create a personal mission statement, something that captures your core principles. Let that become your internal GPS. Because without vision, you may climb the ladder of success, only to realize it was leaning against the wrong wall. Begin each day with the image of the end of your life as your frame of reference. Covey, this is where planning meets courage. It's easy to be busy. It's harder to be effective. This habit is about priority, about organizing your life around what matters most, not just what screams loudest. Highly effective people operate from quadrant 2. Important but not urgent. Things like relationships, self-care, learning, vision. The things that build a strong foundation before crisis hits. You stop reacting to emergencies and start building a life that prevents them. You learn to say nitrogen monoxide to things that distract, so you can say yes to the things that align. The key is not to prioritize what's on your schedule, but to schedule your priorities. Covey, this is not about compromise. It's about collaboration. Highly effective people don't believe that someone else has to lose in order for them to win. They live from abundance, not scarcity. They seek outcomes where both parties walk away better off. It's not just about being nice. It's about being fair, courageous, and confident enough to pursue mutual benefit. Win isn't always possible, but it should always be your mindset. Because if you play life like a zero-sum game, eventually everyone loses. Win is a belief in the third alternative. It's not your way or my way. It's a better way. Covey, most people don't listen to understand. They listen to reply. Highly effective people listen with empathy. They put their ego aside. They stop rehearsing their response while the other person is still talking. Because real influence begins with connection, and connection begins with understanding. You can't solve problems you haven't fully heard. You can't influence someone you don't truly respect. Speak second. Understand first. Empathic listening gets inside another person's frame of reference. You see the world the way they see it. Covey, this is the power of teamwork and trust. It's the habit of creative cooperation. Highly effective people understand that two minds can create something neither could alone. They value differences. They see strength in diversity of thought, of background, of spirit. Synergy is not just working together. It's thinking together, solving in ways that multiply solutions, not just add them. It means stepping out of competition and into collaborative genius. Synergy is not the same as compromise. In a compromise, 1 + 1 = 1.5 at best. Synergy means 1 + 1 = 3 or more. Covey. Habit 7 is about renewal, because effectiveness is not a sprint, it's a lifelong practice. If you never pause to recharge, your skills, energy, and spirit will eventually fade. Sharpen the saw means preserving and enhancing the greatest asset you have, yourself. There are 4 key areas you must nurture consistently. Physical renewal. Move your body. Rest deeply. Eat well. If your health breaks down, everything else falls apart. Mental renewal. Feed your mind with learning. Read books that challenge your thinking. Write, reflect, and plan. This keeps your perspective fresh. Emotional and social renewal. Cultivate meaningful relationships. Spend time with people who inspire you and care for you. Practice gratitude and empathy. Spiritual renewal. Connect to something bigger than yourself, whether it's faith, purpose, or inner peace. This anchors you when life feels uncertain. Highly effective people invest time in these areas before they're depleted. They don't wait for crisis to remind them to rest. They build renewal into their habits so they stay resilient. Sharpening the saw is not selfish. It's what allows you to keep showing up strong for your work, your family, and your own dreams. Sometimes when you're busy sawing, you forget to stop and sharpen the blade. But it's the sharpening that makes all the difference. Covey. You don't need to wait for the perfect moment to change your life. You don't need to be smarter, richer, or luckier. You just need to be willing to pause, willing to question your habits, willing to choose principles over impulses. The 7 habits are not a checklist you complete once. They are a lifelong practice, a commitment to becoming the kind of person whose success is built on integrity, not shortcuts, on discipline, not distraction, on purpose, not accident. It will feel uncomfortable at times to take responsibility when it would be easier to blame, to plan with the end in mind when everyone else is living day to day, to listen before you speak, to choose collaboration over competition, to take time to renew yourself when the world demands constant production. But that discomfort is the birthplace of real growth. If you practice these habits, even imperfectly, you will begin to feel a quiet power in your life. You will stop reacting. You will start creating, and you will discover that effectiveness isn't something you chase. It's something you become. The choice is always yours. If you found these ideas helpful, imagine what will happen when you start practicing them every day. Subscribe to Innerverse for more insights on how to live and lead with purpose. Share in the comments which of the 7 habits resonates with you the most. What habit are you committed to working on next? Like and share this video with someone who's ready to upgrade their mindset and their results. Remember, effectiveness is not an accident, it's a habit. Start today.